War doesn't start with the deafening roar of gunfire. It begins much more quietly. It starts in the silence of small towns across America, in classrooms and on farms, woven into the fabric of ordinary lives that have no idea they are about to be tested by unimaginable violence. This is the story of one such life, a man whose name didn't echo across the world while he was alive, but whose actions would come to define the very essence of courage. This is the story of Leonard Funk. Leonard Alfred Funk was born in the United States in 1919, into a nation still healing from one world war, completely unaware that another was already gathering on the horizon. He wasn't born into legend. There were no prophecies foretelling his destiny. He was simply a son, a neighbor, a young man learning the value of hard work and standing your ground. Like millions of other Americans, Leonard grew up during the Great Depression, a time when survival demanded resilience, not glory. Those tough years shaped him. They taught him discipline, patience, and a quiet understanding that sometimes doing your duty means enduring hardship without a single complaint. Then came December 7, 1941. Pearl Harbor. The illusion that the war was a distant problem shattered overnight. The conflict that once felt an ocean away had crossed the sea and was now knocking on America's door. Factories retooled their production lines, cities mobilized, and young men enlisted. Leonard Funk was among them. He joined the United States Army, eventually rising to the rank of Staff Sergeant in the 337th Infantry Regiment, 85th Infantry Division. By 1944, the war had reached the blood-soaked heart of Europe, and Leonard Funk was heading straight into the thick of it. He was sent to Italy. It's often called the Forgotten Front, overshadowed by the massive landings at Normandy and the titanic clashes on the Eastern Front. But the fighting there was no less brutal. This was mountain warfare, defined by frozen nights and formidable German defensive lines carved into stone and steel. The enemy wasn't just waiting to be defeated. They were entrenched, well-prepared and relentless. Leonard Funk's unit found themselves fighting uphill, both literally and figuratively. Every single hill they took meant more casualties. Every inch of ground gained was paid for in blood. And then came January 1945. The date was January 5th, 1945. The location was near the village of Benevento, Italy. The ground was frozen solid and the air was thick with a palpable tension. German forces held heavily defended positions, their machine gun nests pinning down American troops and halting the entire advance. The men were trapped. Every attempt to move forward was met with a devastating hail of fire. This was the kind of moment that either breaks a unit completely or forges a hero. Leonard Funk was a platoon sergeant. He took one look at the situation, assessed it quickly, and then, without waiting for orders, he moved. All by himself, Leonard Funk started advancing up the slope, directly toward the enemy position. There was no smoke cover to hide him, no artillery barrage to support him. It was just one man, his rifle, and the unbreakable will to act. German machine guns opened up, the bullets tearing through the air all around him. But Leonard didn't stop. He charged the first position, firing his rifle and throwing grenades, silencing the gun. Then, he immediately turned his attention toward a second machine gun nest. Again, he was alone. Again, he was under intense fire. And again, he eliminated the threat. A third position lay just ahead. Most men would have sought cover, would have waited for reinforcements. Leonard Funk did not. As he advanced on the third nest, he was hit. A bullet tore into his body, and he fell to the ground, his blood staining the frozen earth. For many soldiers, this would have been the end. But Leonard Funk wasn't like most soldiers. Wounded and bleeding, he got back up. He pushed himself forward, continued his assault on the third machine gun nest and destroyed it. 3 enemy positions, which had held his entire company at bay, were neutralized. The hillside, once a death trap, was suddenly eerily silent. Leonard Funk collapsed shortly after. Medics rushed to his side. He had single-handedly saved countless lives, but his own injuries were severe. Despite their best efforts, Leonard Funk died from his wounds days later. He was only 25 years old. He never knew how many men he had saved that day. He never heard the words Medal of Honor. He never got to return home to the quiet life he had left behind. But his actions on that hillside echoed far beyond that single moment in time. For his incredible bravery, Leonard Funk was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, the United States' highest military decoration for valor. The official citation speaks of conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of life above and beyond the call of duty. But no words on a piece of paper, no matter how formal, can fully capture what happened that day. A man looked at impossible odds, at certain death, and chose to move forward anyway. Leonard Funk wasn't a general. He wasn't a celebrity. He wasn't a man who ever sought recognition for his actions. He was a soldier who saw what needed to be done and did it, regardless of the cost to himself. Today, his name is etched into memorials, recorded in the annals of military history, and woven into the quiet lineage of those who gave everything they had. His story is a powerful reminder that heroism doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it just advances uphill, alone. War is made of countless individual lives. Most are forgotten by the relentless march of time, but some, through a single, breathtaking moment of extraordinary courage, become eternal. Leonard Funk did not survive the war, but on that cold day in Italy, he defeated fear itself. And that victory, that legacy of courage, still matters. Thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing for more stories of forgotten heroes.